Okay, so on Bellringer 59, it says 80 children went on a school trip to London or New York. 23 boys and 19 girls went to London. 14 boys went to New York. Complete the two-way table is part A. So we know that 80 children went on the school trip. Oh, A, B, C, D. You don't have to write these letters. Is the 8, which cell is the 80 going to go in? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, or I? I. Because this is the total. Remember, this is the sum of the row or column totals. "23 boys and 19 girls went to London." So I'm going to go to London. I'm going to go down, and the first spot is boys. How many boys went to London?
23.
Then it said, and 19 girls went to London. So I'm going to stay with London. I'm going to go down to girls. And how many girls went to London? 19. And it said 14 boys went to New York. So I'm going to go to New York, go to boys, and how many boys went to New York? 14. Now, that's all the numbers that you were given, correct? So now we need to use our common sense to fill out the rest of the information. So, in this column, are you missing one or more? One. So that means do it. Is this the total or a piece? Total. So we're going to add them. When you're finding the total, remember you add them. How many pieces are we missing? One or more? Are we missing more? So remember, skip it. If you are missing more than one piece of information in a column, you have to skip it. In this column, how many pieces are you missing? 2. So do we skip it or do it? Skip it. So now we're going to go with the row. In this row, how many pieces of information is missing? 1. So are we going to skip it or do it? Huh? How many pieces of information are we missing? 1. So are we going to skip or do it? Do it. Is this a total? So we're going to add these up. When you're finding the total, you add. In this column or this row, how many pieces of information are we missing? 2. So are we going to do it or skip it? Skip it. In this row, how many pieces of information are we going to have or missing? 1. So are we going to skip it or do it? Do it. Is this, so we're looking at this column or this row. This is the total of this row. So this is, even though it's a total for this column, we're doing it as the row. So are we going to add or subtract? Subtract. And come up with, thank you. My brain's a little bit sluggish this morning. So we went through all the columns. We went through all the rows. Now we got to go back because we still have missing pieces. How many pieces are we missing? None. So move on. How many pieces in this column are we missing?
1.
Are we going to do it or skip it? Do it. Is this the total of the row or a missing piece? So we're going to add or subtract? Keep me up. Thank you. I love her. So in this row, how many pieces of information are we missing? 1. So are we going to do it or skip it? Do it. Is this the total of this column or is it a missing piece? Missing piece. So we're going to add or subtract? Subtract. I look at Julia because she shakes her head yes or no if I'm right. All right. So we did part A. Part B. Did more boys go to London than New York? So I'm going to go to my boys. 23 went to London and 14 boys went to New York. So did more boys go to London than New York? Yes or no?
Yes.
And we're done with problem B. Part C, did less students choose London or New York? So this says students, it doesn't say boys or girls, does it? So we're gonna look at the total students, not the boys or the girls, we're gonna look at the total. So how many students chose London? 42. How many students chose New York? So did less students choose London or New York? Which one? New York. And we're done with problem C. Problem D, did more boys or girls go on a school trip? So here we're looking at boys and girls, but do we care about where they went to? So we're going to look at the boys and girls. We don't care about if they went to London. We don't care if they went to New York. We just care about how many boys and how many girls went on the trip. How many boys went on the trip? How many girls went on the trip? And this question says, did more boys or girls go on the school trip? And which is the answer? Girls. Do writing these numbers down in the problem help you to answer the question? So that is a strategy that you can use to help you. Find out the numbers, write them down, and then reread the question to help you come up with your answer. Go ahead, RJ.